11th of March 2020 is when WHO declared coronavirus as the world pandemic. Up till now, the government of Indonesia has declared a large scale of social restriction to prevent the spread. But apparently, it has been 2 months that we've stayed locked down without any beneficial or evidential solution coming up. Hello and greetings, everyone. My name is Ricky Adrian. I'm from Speaking for Scientific Context C class of Widyatama University. Today, on this video, I'm going to do my final exam given by Mr. Yadi. Specifically, I'm going to talk about my opinion about the new normal. And most of it are about my argumentative statement that I'm going to convey to you all. But before we move even further, maybe you guys already know that coronavirus was born in Wuhan, I'm sorry, on December 31st, 2019. From there, the virus itself kept on spreading, which caused a lot of casualties and a lot of active cases, which consequently it spreads to the entire world, including Indonesia. Every each and every countries are facing the same problem, which is tackling trying to tackle this problem, and they all have the same weight, which is trying to preserve humanity and save our own existence in the world. So as I was saying, including Indonesia faced a very hard time during this problem. And most recently, the government of Indonesia declared the social restriction, which I've mentioned before. It was happened on March. It was it was expected to be a 2 weeks kind of movement, but as you all see right until now, ironically, it has been 2 months and the number of active cases still rising. And probably, in case you didn't know, today, June 11th, 2020, the number of active cases is about 3,300,000 people in Indonesia, and the number of deaths itself is about 418,000. Could you even imagine how many people is that? This is a very concerning state, even for all of us, especially for the government to face on. This is a very concerning times for us. So, as I was saying, the social restriction didn't come up very effective because most people are neglecting the importance of this solution. Whereas people should have stayed at home, they most of people are trying to get out and didn't care about this this the result of the solution. But probably most of them are doing that because they need to maintain their economy and their family, and they need to gain their incomes, and they need to find jobs and fulfill their necessities. But apparently, um, with this kind of states, it also just bringing our country down, and the economies are getting very low, and it is degraduating. So a couple months ago, the government decided to make a regulation called new normal. They say that we are in a phase of transition where we are going to the new normal phase. Well, for I mean, in case you all didn't know what is new normal, well, new normal is uh, a phase where the country is trying to maintain and stabilize their economy and their financial values, including their people. So in this regulation, the government expects where people could get back to normal and have their jobs back and keep having incomes and to fulfill their necessities by doing protocols and obeying every terms that the government gave. But apparently, this kind of regulation has negative impacts. As I've mentioned before, it gives a positive impact, such as giving people incomes, and then yeah, there most people could be normal again and have their own habits again. But aside from that, there are also negative impacts. In case maybe there are still a high risk of spread, and probably if we do this new normal, there would be a bigger chance for the spread to get higher, and that is something that we didn't want. What do we need exactly? Because what is at stake is health and economy. These both are very beneficial for the sake of the country, and this decision for the government to make is not easy because there are a lot of consequences to make. Because you can't just neglect health if you want to do the new normal, and you can't just keep on neglecting economy if you want to preserve the daily life of the people. So this kind of problem is not very easy for us to tackle as a as I mean for the government. So as the people of Indonesia, we need to be supportive to the government by obeying the rules. We can't just expect our rights to be fulfilled if we didn't do what are we obliged to do. We need to pay attention to our obligations. But all in all, in my opinion, health is more important than economy because if we if if there are a lot of lives to save, if we preserve the health itself, the economy could grow back time to time. But if we try to maintain the economy now, probably there are not many lives to save, and probably there are no Indonesia anymore. So yeah, in conclusion, we as a human are capable of achieving everything, and we can't just we can't just hang ourselves on the government. We need to adapt. We need to develop ourselves because that's what humans do in every circumstances. We need to preserve our own survivability. In this kind of problem, we need to think clear and act possibly whatever you can to save your family, to save your income, to suffice your daily basis, and support the government as a good citizen. Well, probably that'll be all from me. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to stay safe. Don't forget to, stay safe and have a good day. Thank you so much.